How is Bowie feeling about having a sister, and what are you most looking forward to about having a girl? We've kind of just got like semi-confirmed news that it's not going to happen this year. I think I'm the only one here that's not fine. One of the questions is, are you still vegan, and how do you balance Bowie/Alex eating differently? Excuse me. What are you doing? Could you tell us about how your finances in your family work? And he sleeps like a champ, don't you?
Thank you.
Yeah, you do. Good morning, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to vlog bits and pieces today, do some life updates, as well as do a little Q&A about like pregnancy, house, etc. All those sorts of things. First thing on today, I'm taking Odie back to the vet. If you follow me on Instagram, you'd see that she's been really sick lately. It's been going on for like, I'm going to say 3 weeks now. Back and forth to the vet, and we're trying to get to the bottom of it. At the moment, the thing that's bothering us most is like she seems happy in herself, her appetite is amazing, but well, firstly she's got like gunky eyes and they look a little bit red and sore, but she had an eye infection a couple of weeks ago, so it could all just be related to that. But the most concerning thing is she keeps vomiting during the night and like between meals, and we suspect maybe while we're away she ate something she shouldn't and it's stuck in her stomach, so we're trying to investigate and find out. Other things we're looking into is allergies, and yeah, I'm not really sure. We thought while we were away it was maybe that she was anxious and she was just getting sick because she was anxious about us being gone, but now that we're home and it's continued on for like 4 days, 5 days now, it's obviously not that. So yeah, it's really stressing me out. And it's been hard because you just don't want your little fur babies to be sick. And I feel like she spent so many days at the vets, and every time I drop her off I get emotional and cry. Pregnancy hormones, plus she's my baby girl. So yeah, I really hope we have some answers soon. She's breaking my heart. Look at her. She's just the best. So yeah, I'm taking her to the vet now. And then I'm going to head into work. Because we took a holiday, which was so nice, I've come home and it's just pretty crazy at work. But I'll update you guys with all that when I get to work. Okay, I feel silly crying, but I just dropped her off and get it together. So they did this barium testing thing yesterday, and then just took x-rays like hourly to watch it go out to see if there's anything it attaches to in the stomach, to see if there's anything stuck in the stomach. Anyway, basically the x-rays, it doesn't look as though there's anything in the stomach, and everything's coming through her colon, so it doesn't look like there's any blockages, which is good. They just want to take a couple more x-rays when they see the last bit of what's in her digestive tract come out the other end, just to make sure no like foreign bodies are coming out, or if it's just the barium. They want to keep her in for the day and possibly do what's called exploratory something. Anyway, basically like cut her open and check the contents of her stomach and check her bowel, and then basically if they see anything in there they can cut her open and take it straight out. But I just feel why am I so sad? I just hate seeing her there. She looks so scared, and I just don't want any complications to happen or anything. Anyway, I need to get it together and go to work. So as you guys know, we are moving warehouses, supposed to be soon, but we've kind of just got like semi-confirmed news that it's not going to happen this year. Latest Alex heard was May next year, which is literally a year away. We haven't heard this like confirmed from the developer. We've just heard this from like a friend who's also like interested in the same development. So anyway, that basically means we are going to be in this warehouse for another year. We just had a big warehouse sale, cleared out heaps of stock, so we've got like empty space on our shelves. We've got to do more organizing, and we are in the process inside of reorganizing all of the shelves, adding new like layers to the shelves to maximize space. And just making it more organized, because there is just like stuff everywhere. It's really like unorganized. As we've just like got new products, they've just gone where we can fit them, and now we're in the process of making it all consolidated. It's feeling really good. We've literally been here every day this week doing it, Alex and I, and it's looking amazing. We're making heaps of space. We've ordered more shelving, and yeah, once we get it all finished, it's going to look great. And I think because we have another year year here, it's worth it to make it more organized, but I'll show you guys what we've done inside because it looks really nice and organized and makes me really excited. So this is what we've been doing all week, adding lots of new shelves, which just makes a lot more space. Like we've got, before we had like a shelf like here and then here, so we didn't have, you know, it just wasn't maximizing space, but now it looks so organized and delicious. And over here we've also like tried to categorize products. So we've got all our like nutrition products, skincare, makeup. We've got baby goods and yeah, more skincare products, etc. And then we've done all kids toys here, keeping the kids toys here, dog toys, bags, and then yeah, more things, jewelry, sunglasses, etc. It looks so good. We've got our whole return section here, and all the Frank Green bottles and cups look nicely color coordinated. But yeah, that's just like a little update of what's happening here. We've got new shelving coming in here so we can fill it with more like homewares, blankets, swaddles, etc. But yeah, it looks really good. We've still got so much to do over in this corner with all the cutlery. And then this is the real problem area because it's just like tubs stacked on top of tubs, which is really unorganized. And we've cleared out all this space so we can make all this children's wear. All this cutlery needs to go together somewhere else. And all this women's clothing needs to go out in the shed at the back where I just was. So it's almost Bowie's nap time. Just making him a little snack to have before his nap, kind of like a mini lunch. I've got some bersha that I made for him earlier in the week. Some corn chips because he loves crackery chippy things. And then we're just reheating some sweet potato and carrot that we baked because he does seem to like it. And he'll probably have some of my juice. So something in his belly before he naps because I feel like it helps him sleep a little longer. What do you got, Bowie? Cracker. Cracker? Is it? What's this one? Who can't have that one? No, who's not supposed to have it? Yaya's not allowed to eat them, remember? Yeah, only you, but not Yaya. And you look confused. What's this? What is it? Potato. And what else we got? What's that? Bersha? Yeah? And cracker. So we're just putting Bowie down for his nap today. Someone's been asking me if he's still in his cot. Yeah, we've still got him in the cot. We haven't transferred into a big boy bed yet. Now we're going to wait as long as we can. Because at the moment it's working really well. He's safe in here. He can't get out. He likes it. We have our camera, which you can see everything. So yeah, we just love the setup's just really working for us. And he sleeps like a champ, don't you?
Take it easy.
Yeah, you do. That's right. And who do you snuggle in bed?
Puppy!
Puppy!
Puppy.
Yeah!
And ready? 2 big pools. 1, 2, and then this one.
So that noise that you heard is the sound that our baby monitor makes to let us know that he's cried. Sends a notification on our phone. It's a really cute little tweeting noise. So we also just got this new product from Cubo AI, which we were going to add under Bowie's mattress in his cot. So this is their new sleep sensor pad, and you use this one with your Cubo camera. So basically the camera and this sleep sensor pad will work together just to improve the safety for your baby or your toddler. So this goes under the mattress. You only have to set it up once, and then you connect it to your camera. And then when the camera detects your baby in the cot, plus this detects the movements, it knows that your baby's in there safe. And if they're having micro movements, which is obviously good because they need to be like breathing and rolling in the night, that's all good. But also it means that if your baby's not in the cot, because it's not censoring it on this sleep sensor, then it won't send notifications to your phone if there's like noises in the room or in the house that it doesn't need to. So it just improves the accuracy of it and improves the safety, especially important for young babies, for that added peace of mind. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys the new product. We haven't used it yet, we only just got it. We'll be definitely getting a Cubo and one of these for baby girl when she arrives too. So we put him down at 12 and it's now about 12 minutes past. As you can see, he's settled in his cot there. His eyes are still open. He does like, I feel like every kid does this. They do like the almost asleep stare. He always likes to nuzzle himself up in the corner there. The quality of this camera is just so amazing. Like, it's so high definition considering that room is literally like pitch black. But yeah, we love our Cubo monitor. Can't recommend it enough. As you guys know, I love it. I've recommended it so many times. It's definitely my number one like must have for a baby because it is the best. We actually forgot it when we went to Bali. So if you went to have seen our Bali vlog, you would have seen that we forgot to bring it and pretty much had a meltdown because I was so devastated that we'd forgotten it. And we did hire some like walkie-talkie style baby monitors. And wow, it made me realize how handy and how good this monitor is. I especially just love that you can see them, like the walkie-talkie ones you can hear if they cry in the night, but I just felt so less assured when he was in another room with these other monitors that you couldn't see him. I just love being able to see that he's safe and see that he's asleep and just be able to check that he's there. So yeah, we love the Cubo camera. I'll put my discount code on the screen for you guys, as well as all the information in the description box below so you guys can check it out, check out Cubo, and yeah, we will get into the Q&A that I was going to do today. Okay, so I'm going to jump in and answer some of the questions. I did this Q&A box before I went on holidays, but didn't get around to filming it, so I'm going to film it today. I feel like my Q&As always drag on a bit, like I just have so much to say. So I'm going to try to keep it concise. I'm going to try to stick to about 10 questions, 10 of the top ones. Just from scrolling through, it looks like there's lots of questions about pregnancy, obviously, lots of questions about Bowie and parenting, obviously our house too, warehouse, how I'm eating, and things like that. So I'm going to try jump in and do all those in an order. So the first question is, how is pregnancy the second time round whilst trying to parent? I'm nervous for this. And also there's been questions like that, just saying like, how is this pregnancy compared to last pregnancy, has been different, etc. So I am halfway now, halfway along the journey. It's going so quickly. So 20 and a bit weeks. And honestly, now that I'm out of that first trimester, I think the first like 12 to 15 weeks would like easily the hardest, just with the constant nausea. Felt really tired, and also trying to like run a business and also hide the fact that I was pregnant. So like that was a shit time, and I feel like I've just blurted out now that I feel good again. But I'm at that second trimester point where I'm just loving it. I actually feel really good. This pregnancy honestly feels exactly the same as Bowie's. Like, there's nothing remarkably different yet. I love this period of it because it's when like stuck in your belly, you're still comfortable, you're still sleeping in the night, starting to feel kicks. Actually, Alex felt it for the first time the other morning, which was really nice. And this morning when I was snuggling Bowie in bed, I could feel he had like his back on my belly, and I could feel it. Baby girl was kicking. So I was like, I wonder if he can feel those little kicks. But yeah, it honestly feels the same. Even like my pregnancy cravings or food aversions have been very similar. Last time, one of the main things I craved was kind of like vegetarian foods. Like, I couldn't stand vegan cheeses and things like that. Like, not necessarily meat, but vegetarian foods like cheeses and eggs. So that's been the same this time. And I'm gonna get more into the diet stuff later, so let's leave that right now. So more about pregnancy. Have you been doing any workouts during your pregnancy? Wish I could say yes, but honestly, no. I really lost like motivation in that first trimester, because that is when it's so hard, feeling sick all the time, so I really didn't work out. Before that, I was running a lot. As you guys would have known, in like November, I did that 25-kilometer race, so I was training heaps for that. But I honestly feel like since this year started, I've really not worked out much at all. Like, I've done a few workouts with my sis. I've been for a few runs with Alex, but yeah, I'm not putting too much pressure on myself though. Like, I'm not too worried because I am pregnant. Oh my God, Alex is so loud. He always chooses to do the most annoying things when I'm working. And there's also a building site next door. So if you're hearing lots of bangs and clangs, we just got to roll with it at the moment because there's nothing I can do to avoid it. Oh, I did go see a pelvic health physio a few weeks back, and she did recommend that I don't run anymore. It is high impact, and I do have like a pelvic hernia, and she said it could impact that. So she suggested I don't run anymore, which was a little bit heartbreaking because that was kind of the only exercise I was still doing sporadically. And now I feel like I'm kind of doing nothing, and I really need to switch it out and go to a studio and do some workout classes, which Alex and I did say we were going to do when we got home from Bali. But yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy week. So maybe next week I'll start doing some light exercise. How is Bowie feeling about having a sister, and what are you most looking forward to about having a girl? So lots of questions about like how we feel about having like a sibling for Bowie, or like how he's gonna react. It's hard to say whether he's excited or how he's feeling about it, because I don't think he fully understands. Like, he understands what a baby is, like he'll see a baby and he's super interested, like we'll point at him and be like, baby, baby, and like hear a baby cry and he'll start saying baby, but I don't think he fully grasps the fact that we are going to have a baby. I tell him every day, like, say hello to the baby, and he knows, he points at my belly, but I don't know if he knows that there's a baby inside. Like, I just don't know what he really understands about it all. So it's hard to know whether he's excited or not, because he's still pretty young, he's not even 2 yet. I hope that he'll be excited, but I have heard and seen that transitioning from 1 child to 2 can be quite hard on the firstborn. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. And yeah, I don't really know how we're going to approach it. Obviously, I don't want to feel like I'm neglecting him because I am so hands-on with the newborn, but I don't know. We'll just have to play it by ear, and I guess we'll do some reading on strategies when it comes close to the time. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see him with a baby. I feel like he'll probably want to hold her and be involved, but yeah, just whether he also feels a bit emotional about the transition, hard to say at this point. But about it being a girl, looking forward to, yeah, so we're obviously very excited to be having a girl. If you guys watched our gender reveal, you would have seen how like shocked and excited I was, because I really didn't expect it. I honestly felt it was going to be another boy, because everything feels the same with this pregnancy, and I just couldn't imagine having a girl. So I feel like in my heart I probably really wanted one, just because like we've got the boy, so having a girl would be like pretty perfect. Not that having another boy wouldn't have been perfect, but yeah, we're very excited about it, as you can probably tell. And what I'm most excited about, I'm not really sure. Maybe like have a little girl that I can like dress up and do girly things with, which will more come into play when she's older, I think. But yeah, it's just exciting to, yeah, I don't know. It's just exciting. And it would be interesting to see how Bowie is with her, and yeah, just to watch them together. I think it's just going to be really beautiful. Are you worried about having 2 kids? Not worried. Like, I think it's obviously going to be a lot more hectic, but we are together a lot, like Alex and I, so we're pretty lucky that we both can work from home quite a lot, and we both run the business together, so we can sort of yo-yo together. So I'm not extremely worried about that. Like, it's obviously going to be a lot more hectic around here, especially with a newborn. I'm most worried about the sleep with having a newborn, because at the moment it is so good. Bowie sleeps through the night. He's not even a super early riser anymore. He's been getting up between 6 and 7. So like right now we just have sleep so good, and I'm really loving it. So that's probably what I'm most nervous about, the lack of sleep. We are also hoping to have him in daycare by the time she's here. We want to have him in before, but there's all these long wait times. So we'll see. But ideally we'd love to have him in care 2 days a week, just because that will give us some more one-on-one time with the new baby around, and also help him to socialize with other kids a lot more as well. But we really want it to be like months before she comes along, so that he doesn't feel like we have sent him off to daycare because of the new baby. Did you decide on a second baby, or did it just happen? Trying to make my own decision for a number 2. So we always knew we'd have 2. And there's a lot of questions asking like, will you have more? How many kids do you want? We really don't know right now. I guess we'll just see how 2 goes. But we're definitely always planning to have a second. This pregnancy wasn't like planned as such, like we weren't actively trying, but we weren't actively not trying, if that makes sense. So I guess you could say we were trying. It was a bit of a surprise to us, came a bit earlier than expected, but now that we've had like all these weeks to process it, we're all very excited. So more on like the parenting stuff. People asked if we are toilet training Bowie yet and how that's going. We aren't there yet. We haven't even really started. Life's just been a bit crazy. I don't know if it's too soon. He's our first child, so I don't know when is the perfect time to start potty training. I know I've heard through like family members that like they started early and then they lose interest and then it becomes really hard. So we don't want to rush and do it too soon. He like has the ability to tell us after he's done it. Like if he's done a wee, he'll tell us, or if he's done a poo and he's nappy, he'll come and tell us and like want us to change it, which is really good, but he's not at that point of telling us before. So at the moment, we're just kind of trying to remind him to tell us before, like tell us when you're gonna do it so you can do it in the toilet. And we're trying to just like actively say that a lot. So hopefully he'll start doing that, but at the moment he's still not telling us before. So I'm not ready to just let him go nappy free and see what happens because that sounds terrifying. Also with all this stuff happening with Oat being sick, we just don't want to tackle any other things right now. But yeah, it would be ideal. I have been told that it's a great idea to have them toilet trained before baby number 2 comes along. So that's the goal, but let's see. Is there anything you'll intentionally do different with baby number 2 that you didn't do or you did do with B? I think that meant didn't do. So anything we'll intentionally do differently parenting wise. The main thing that I want to do is make sure that she is bottle fed a little bit. Not that I want her not to be exclusively breastfed, I just want her to have breast milk in a bottle more regularly. So with Bowie, we basically gave him a bottle only really if I was like, we were out to dinner or something and I was going to have a cocktail, I would express, and then we'd have the bottle there for when he got hungry. But because it was like so infrequent that we did it, like maybe once a week, maybe once a fortnight, he just really didn't take the bottle. And I wonder if it's because we did it so sporadically. So this time I wanted to maybe like do 1 bottle feed a day and see if that works better, because that'll just give us more flexibility with me being able to return to work, say for a day, and then Alex will be able to stay home and have her for the day, or vice versa. Just something to make it a little bit more flexible, because Bowie was very reliant on being breastfed only. Obviously, I also don't know if I'll be able to breastfeed this time. I'm sure every pregnancy and every baby is different. But based off Bowie, he was a great breastfeeder, but he loved it and did not love bottles, did not love dummies. So they're the 2 things, dummies as well, that we may do differently, but again, we'll see. Maybe she will hate the bottle as well and it won't work. Okay, let's move on to the house questions, because a lot of you are very excited about that, and there was a lot of house questions. So the first one that I've screenshotted was, will you move into your new house before you welcome your daughter, and how is the house build going? So I'll do a quick little house update. We haven't started build yet, and I don't think we'll be starting this month. We're in May right now, so it'll probably kick off hopefully in June. We are at the point now where the architectural plans are done, the structural engineering is done. We have our builder on board and he's starting to put together quotes for us. Next step, we need to obviously go back to our broker and get finance for the build all approved. I'm also I just went and seen this week an interior designer. So she's had my first meeting with her this week, and then we're gonna start she's gonna put together a proposal for me, and then she's gonna work on that. So I basically hired an interior designer because I want her to come in and just like add more detail to the interior, as well as helping me pick all the finishes, like the flooring, like what island bench we go with, what tapware, what basically like all that interior stuff. And also she'll probably help me with some furniture selections as well. And I decided to do this because I just had too many ideas in my brain. Pinterest and Instagram was like overwhelming with me just going, I love this, I love this, I love this. And I was like, I just need someone to come in and like consolidate that and give us like a theme so that the house is like cohesive and not like mismatched. And as well, she'll do up all beautiful interior renders, which I'm a very visual person and I want to see what it's going to look like before we like jump in and do it. Because this house is like, you know, going to be hopefully our forever home. Depends, we may not love where we live, but hopefully going to be our forever home. So yeah, I want to do it right and I want to make it, yeah, perfect for us. So we've got her working on that, and then yeah, we should kick off in the next month or so to start laying down the foundation. And then I guess on top of that, the question was about whether we'll be in time for the baby, which 100% no. So I'm due in October and it'll be June by the time I'm starting, so absolutely not. That was one of the reasons why when we found out we're having this baby, we were a bit like freaked, because we're like, oh my God, we really wanted to be in the new house by the time we were pregnant again. But that's fine, we'll be here for like another 6 or so months after she's born. And so we're going to set up a nursery here, make it feel really special, and yeah, we're content with the idea that we'll be here for a bit longer, which is fine. And the build will likely be finished, I don't know, next year. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but definitely next year. As like it all progresses, I'll be sharing updates. either here on YouTube, probably definitely here on YouTube, as well as on Instagram. So yeah, follow along there. We've also got a little Instagram page for the house, which I'll post some extra things on there as well. There's questions about warehouse, but I feel like I already covered that when I was at work this morning. We're not moving in this year, that's next year. Also with the warehouse, what I want to do is I want to build, I didn't mention that in my video before, but I'm also engaging the interior designer, same one, to help me with that, the fit out of that, because I want to make it a beautiful creative space upstairs with like the office, meeting room, etc. But I also want to create out the back, where there's lots of natural light with windows, a kitchen where I can work from, so that I'm not always working from home, just to separate work and home a bit, which that'll be really exciting. And that's where you'll see me cooking a lot of recipes and stuff for like YouTube, Instagram and stuff going forward when that's done. But again, that's gonna be next year, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Also, jumping back to the question about pregnancy being different, the only thing I've noticed differently this time is I haven't got heartburn yet. Last time, I can't remember when I started getting it, but I started getting it and they said it was likely because he had lots of hair, and it was something to do with the hormones when they're growing hair causing reflux, something along those lines. And the theory turned out to be true because he was born with a full head of black hair. So if I don't get heartburn this time, it'll be really interesting to see if she's a little baldy. That's the only thing I've noticed so far, but we're still early days. I might get raging heartburn any day now. So as I said before, I've got to touch on the diet stuff, like how I've been eating and stuff. There's quite a few questions asking about that. So as you would probably know from a few other videos that I've mentioned, I try not to use, or I steer clear from labels and using the word vegan anymore. Kind of loosely say plant-based, but also try not to put labels on it. And it has been a really good thing for my mental health. So one of the questions is, are you still vegan, and how do you balance Bowie/Alex eating differently? So no, I'm not still vegan. Probably say like vegetarian, plant-based, especially during pregnancy. As I mentioned earlier with like the cravings thing, like I was in the first trimester and even still had like aversions to vegan cheeses. Like I was just really grossed out by them and craved dairy products and eggs. So when I did with last pregnancy as well, I eat more of a vegetarian diet. So yeah, I kind of just stick loosely with vegetarian. When I'm traveling, eating out with friends as well, loosely vegetarian. And at home, mostly vegan, but sometimes vegetarian because I'm sometimes cooking for Bowie as well. And yeah, so Bowie basically eats pescatarian. He hasn't had any meat, and we don't at this stage. Things can always change. You never want to put like, this is what we're doing forever. Because things change and yeah, who knows. But at the moment, he's pretty much vegetarian/pescatarian. He loves fish, and so at the moment it's like one of his main proteins because he will eat it. And he loves eggs, so there he's like proteins because he loves them. And Alex has never been vegan. He's never had any label. He's just very easygoing, eats whatever. He doesn't really eat red meat. He doesn't really cook meat at home. Actually, like doesn't cook meat at home, never does. But when he's out traveling or we're out to dinner or we're friends, he just eats whatever. Mostly pescatarian, sometimes chicken, like honestly, just no real label. I don't feel like there's any issues with that in our household. Like a lot of people are often saying like, how do you get around that if your partner's not? And it's pretty easy because we pretty much just cook vegan and vegetarian here at home, which works well for us. And then just, yeah, we're pretty like laid back, chill people. So last subject we'll touch on is cookbook, because I was updating frequently about that, and then I feel like I've been pretty silent about all cookbook updates for a while now. So this question says, are you making a new cookbook? Literally love you. That's really cute. But then there was another one which I'm not sure if I screenshotted, which asked, when is your new book coming? So excited, please ship to Norway. There is going to be another cookbook for that first question. And to the second question, it's coming in, I think we're talking July now. Early July, or was it late July? Anyway, mid-year. We have a mid-year release. I have the release date. I actually have a phone call scheduled for this week to chat with my publicist, and we're going to go over the plan for that, because obviously when the book comes out, there's lots of publicity that gets booked, and I'm obviously pregnant, so we've got to like come up with a good plan for that. But mid-year it's coming out. I'm very excited. I've seen the cover. I've seen all the final pages. I haven't seen it printed, but I've just seen all digital stuff. Very excited for you guys to see it. I'm excited for it to be out. Yes, we do ship worldwide because you can purchase it from our website, the Wholesome Store, and we ship worldwide. And I'm sure eventually it'll be on Amazon over in the UK and US, etc. which my other books are as well. So if you want to grab those other ones and you're overseas, you can get them on Amazon. But yeah, that'll be book number 3. Very excited to see all 3 of them together. And yeah, I've kind of gone silent on it because the work is done and it's just in the printing phase. So there's no more BTS to really show of that at the moment. It'll just be a bit of a workup with publicity that we will do in the lead up to it coming out and when it comes out. So you obviously see a lot more of it then. I should get my first copy hopefully in June, hopefully. There's one last question that I was going to answer because it was a bit of a different topic, interesting question that I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I'm not sure if I've ever touched on this kind of thing before. Could you tell us about how your finances in your family work? Love your channel. Basically, we obviously run a business together and it all falls under the one business. Alex and I run it together. Then I obviously have my ELSA'S Wholesome Life stuff, but it's all under one business. So that's a company. And then Alex and I are employees. So we basically just pay ourselves a wage from our company and we pay ourselves monthly just to make it easier for us to have like a certain amount each month. Pay ourselves the exact same amount now that I've paid off my HEX debt, because for a while I was having to pay my uni debt off. But yeah, we basically just pay ourselves a monthly salary, and then with like our expenses, we kind of just like share expenses. Like for example, he will pay for Marley Spoon subscription and I'll pay for the dog food subscription. We have 2 mortgages, obviously this house, and we also have our new house. So he'll pay one mortgage, I'll pay the other. And then with like day-to-day expenses, we kind of just like, sometimes you pay, sometimes I pay, and it's just really, we've always been like that with our finances, like since before being married, before having kids, we have always been like that with expenses, just kind of shared expenses and just kind of like it's pretty rough. At the end of the day, we're married and it doesn't really matter too much, but we just kind of try to evenly pay for things ourselves. And yeah, we don't have a joint account, obviously. We have our own bank accounts, and yeah, we've never had a joint account. We kind of prefer it that way because that way it's like if I want to go buy something for myself or go do something for myself, I don't feel like I need to ask for permission or check if that's okay. And if he wants to go like buy a golf membership or golf clubs, or I'm like, if that's your money, you can do what you want with it. So there's no like resentment there with finances, which is really good. And that's just what works for us personally. But yeah, I think that's all the questions I'll answer because it's probably been like 20 minutes and I've touched on quite a few things. We'll get back into today's vlog. I have a little bit more work on today. I've got to jump on my emails because I've been really ignoring those while we organize the warehouse, and also need to make some lunch because I have some leftover vegan Mexican bolognese that I made last night and I want to make something for lunch using that. Let's put this on the side. Okay, so it is now 2 o'clock and I'm gonna head back into work. I just did some emails, but I want to go back in and distract myself. I haven't had an update from the vet yet, which is making me quite anxious because I called them and they were too busy to get back to me because I had some emergencies. And I just wanted to hear like what's going on because they were just going to do some x-rays on her stomach 2 hours later, and then were going to call me and tell me what the plan was. So I want to know, like, is she having surgery? When will she be having surgery? Can I just come get her so she's not just sitting there for no reason? Because I don't want to be sitting there sad. But yeah, I haven't had an update, and the warehouse is closer to the vet, so I'm just going to go there and distract myself until I hear from them. Bowie's still asleep. It's now 2 o'clock, so it's like 2-hour nap now. Look at him. Yeah, he'll probably sleep for another like up to an hour. He can sleep up to 3 hours. Yeah, I'm going to do some more organising at work. I find organising the best way to distract my brain. And it's so satisfying. Got my girl back. Hey! It's the Odie Goatie. So Missy has to have surgery tomorrow morning. So she's got to have a tiny dinner and then fast overnight. No water in the morning. Oh, she probably hasn't eaten all day. You're probably starving, honey. And they've done enemas, so she's got nothing in her. So I'm going to get her home and get her a little meal. And then, yeah, surgery in the morning, which is kind of scary, but anyway, hopefully we have some answers. So they find something. She's young and healthy, so they said she'd be fine for surgery. I think I'm the only one here that's not fine. So Alex and Bowie have gone to Bolter. They have gone to check out the new space. He really wanted to go, and I was meant to be going too, but I called him and said I want to stay home with Odie. She's got to have some early dinner and I just want to sit with her. I'm just going to feed her some dinner. I don't think she's eaten all day. She would be bloody starving. She said only a small dinner, so I'm only allowed to give her half of the usual dinner. So she quarter of a pack. Feels so mean. Don't be too excited, honey. You're only allowed to have a little bit. Odie Goatie, give us some answers. What are you doing? You drinking your water? Yes, that's me in the background. Is that mummy talking? We are reviewing the Bali vlog. Hands on. We don't just sit here and watch my vlogs at home. That would be a bit random. Sometimes I do. To watch back at you. Yeah. But no, I'm reviewing the vlog. Bowie loves watching them too. Actually, Alex watches every single one. You do. You sit down and watch it.
That support your wife.
Watch yourself. Watch your son. Yummy? How was Bolter? So Alex and Bowie got home from Bolter, like, don't do that. I'll take it away from you. I'm not. No. Don't. Don't. Swallow it. You're a rascal. Excuse me. What are you doing? You are a rascal. Did you have fun at Bolter? Did you hang out with Boo Boo Wee? Bowie. How was it, Al? Apparently it was amazing.
It's really good.
But they didn't have dinner, so we're just ordering some Thai takeaway for us all on Uber Eats. Because we haven't done grocery shopping for a little while. Stop. I'm taking it away from you. And Odie's just resting. She's actually been sleeping most of the afternoon. She probably didn't sleep a lot today. She seems really tired. But yeah, I've got to finish reviewing this video so then I can post it live tonight and you guys can watch it. Except you'll be watching this a week later. I've got a veggie pad thai, satay tofu, coconut rice, curry puff and spring roll, which I'm definitely having. What do you got, Bowie?
Spring roll.
Spring roll, which he's enjoying.
Curry puff.
Curry puff, which he loves.
Pad thai.
Curry puff, which he's rolling. Spring roll.
That
was good.
Nice, buddy.
And rice and some pad thai. Yummy. And what you got?
I just pad thai right now.
Nice. He's like a one at a time. I'm like a put it all in the bowl if it's sometimes.
Let us know who's better. Not better, but you know what technique is better. You can also let us know who's better if you want as well.
Or don't. It's not a competition.
Everything's a competition. Who lives the longest, smartest, funniest?
No, it's not. What do you reckon?
Better driver.
Shut up.
Better at sports.
I'm just gonna put it like this.
Most annoying.
I'm gonna eat dinner with the fam and Odie. Shower him, put him to bed.
Watch the footy.
Both little hands.
Watch the footy.
I'll see you guys in next week's video. Goodbye.
Oh, I taught him how to do peace sign. Remember? Do this today. Remember from today? Thumb here. And go. Shoot him. Shoot him. Shoot him up. And both up.
Oh, dude. Alright.
Bye.